I don't know. It's just like, wow, we're going to have another kid. We're going to have a little baby. I love babies.
Yeah, you are like a big baby, so.
I mean, thank you very much. What the hell is that supposed to be?
More like a big kid. You're not like a baby. You don't whine and stuff.
No, I don't think I'm a whiner.
But you like to make like silly faces and like make silly noises and all that stuff.
I'm almost 40, but I feel like I'm a big kid. I feel like a lot of times I like to play with the kids, but I can be serious.
Oh yeah, I mean you can, but when you're around kids or like babies, like unless you need to put them in their place.
Yeah, that's true.
You like to be like kiddish, babyish, silly.
I think that's a good trait. The many people that are like, no, once you turn 35, you must be an adult. And I'm like, yeah, I'm an adult. I do adult things. I read. I do things like this. But then I like to be a kid.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be like that.
Yeah, well, hey, you've achieved
I did it.
Good job. Congratulations.
Ding, I get a cookie.
This episode of To The Top is brought to you by The Realty Medics. Check them out at therealtymedics.com and Andretti Indoor Karting and Games of Orlando.
Hello and welcome to another edition of To The Top. I'm your host, Carlos Alberto Navarro. To The Top is a show that makes you think, makes you laugh, whatever it may be. And this episode, I have a very special guest. The second half, the first half to Meglos.
Yeah.
My better half. The woman that's baking my baby right now. Miss Megan Navarro. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's good to see you, my love.
Thanks for having me.
I figured we need to chat.
Sure.
We need to have a chat. You know,
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We have some of the...
Last time I was on Meglos, I definitely wasn't pregnant. We're not on Meglos.
Yeah, we're not on Meglos.
Last time I was on To The Top, I was not pregnant.
You were pregnant.
What?
Yes. You were pregnant. Remember? You had no duels.
Oh, the wing eating.
The wing thing, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. We had a hot ones, which you can definitely
That's right. That was
check
like
out.
right at the beginning of the pregnancy.
It was. How did it feel drinking O'Doul's? Not that much fun, is it?
I could actually use an O'Doul's right now.
I'd give you one if I had one.
I don't think they taste bad.
They don't taste bad, but it's
like kind of pointless. I think O'Doul's is best if like you're in a social setting, drinking and where everyone else is drinking, then sure, have an O'Doul's. But like just to like bust out the O'Doul's for But
like I went to the fight last night. I was gonna have an O'Doul's, but I was like, I'd actually just.
But see, that environment, I could see having an O'Doul's. People around you are drinking and all that,
Sure, but it's still. If I'm gonna have a Coke or an O'Doul's because they have both the same calories.
Like the taste of a Coke better.
Yeah. So I decided to go with that.
Yeah.
So why are you here?
I don't know. Why am I here? You asked me to be here.
Of course I asked you to be here. People love you when you're on, and here we are. I'm 39 years old.
Oh.
You're going to be turning how old?
35.
I'm glad you're a woman who you don't care. You're like, look, I am what I am.
35.
35 in T-minus.
Well, when are you posting this? I'm 35 on February 12th.
On February 12th, and I'll be posting this February 11th.
Well, so tomorrow's my birthday.
Exactly. So I got you an amazing gift that I know you're going to love.
Yeah.
Because you sent me all the links.
Yeah.
I've done pretty well giving you gifts in the past.
Yeah,
but I literally was trying to find you a gift.
Tell me something that you thought you were. He said to me, I'm really having a hard time thinking about something or figuring out something to get for you for your birthday. And I said, please don't just get me something random. I'd rather save the money. If you really, really want to get me something, there's a couple like things that I want on Amazon.
Yeah.
That are pretty inexpensive. I'll send you the link.
And I'm glad you did, and you will have a bountiful birthday presents.
What were one of the things that you were thinking about?
One of them was a makeup thing, but it wasn't going to come in time because they were out of it. Don't worry about it. I may get it for you later, just out of the blue. But anyway, that's not the point of this conversation. The point of this conversation is this. We have a 9-year-old daughter.
Yes.
Lovely, beautiful 9-year-old daughter.
Lovely. And
for many years, people were like, oh, you guys just going to have one kid? And we're like, yeah, sure. We weren't like official about anything, but it was never like fully out of our mind that we are going to have another kid. We kind of
for a few years, we definitely thought we were just going to stick with one.
Right after having her.
Yeah, like for the first like 3 years, I think that we like.
Yeah.
Well, I would say in the first like 6 months, I was like, I gotta have another. You were in like that mommy bliss where like you're like, I can't imagine the baby growing up.
Can't imagine.
And all that stuff.
And here we are 9 years later.
Yeah. Someone recently asked me on my YouTube channel, they left a comment and they were like, I hope this isn't too personal, but I'm just wondering, why did you wait so long to have another
Kiss
kid?
my ass, bitch. Don't ever ask that shit again.
And I was like, huh. And I said, it's not too personal. I was like, there was we just weren't ready. And we weren't sure if we were going to have another one. And then we decided.
I definitely didn't want to have them so close. Our first one so close back to back. Because I've saw a lot of parents, they struggle with that in different ways. And money and jobs. And I mean, we're in a different place. Not to say like we're perfectly fine now. We're so rich and financially stable. We're not. We're better than we were when we were had our first job.
Yeah.
I mean, we were living at your parents' house.
Yeah.
I'd been fired.
Yeah.
Had no money. Had no real. It was rough. But the beauty of that was that I was able to spend, and you were obviously able to spend a lot of time raising our first child. But us raising Lennon is not the point of this podcast or show, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening. It's that we're having another one. And I'm almost 40, and you're in your mid-30s.
I'm now considered a high-risk pregnancy.
Yeah. Right at the beginning of the cusp of that. Well, I guess that's not the right term. Right at the beginning of that range.
Yeah, which really makes a woman not feel the greatest.
I mean,
no, because it's like you don't know. You're not a woman.
You're right. I'm a badass, hot ass dude, ripped as hell, very manly.
But to hear, because like men can get a woman pregnant when they're like 60 something.
I got you pregnant so quickly.
Oh,
I mean, my
God.
sperm must have just like super strong sperm.
Okay, don't brag about that. A lot of people deal with infertility
I'm
issues.
not dissing them. I'm making a damn joke. Give me a break.
I don't think your joke's funny. No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse me.
But to know that your eggs are just getting old and you're getting to the point where it's not really that safe to have a baby, like that I think is the hardest thing about turning 35. It's not me getting older myself, but it's the thought of like, oh my gosh, my window of having children, if we want another one,
is closing.
But
like women are having kids in their 40s now.
They are, but it's a lot more
risky, for sure.
Yeah. And there's a lot more, and a lot of that is because of, fertility things that they are already
enhancing.
Going through.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that is a weird kind of internal mental thing that must affect women. And because, that's most women are wanting to have children. Most, I'm not saying all, especially some women should not have children. Those who like to party all night and do crack and, care only about themselves, don't have the kid. Yeah. You know what? Let somebody else have the kid.
Yeah.
But, so we're having another kid. You are 23 weeks pregnant as of this podcast.
Yeah. Saturday, I'll be 24 weeks.
How are you feeling? We'll be back to the Top in just 1 minute. But first, a word from our sponsor, The Realty Medics. Check them out at therealtymedics.com. My friend Tommy loves helping people invest their money. He is not a stockbroker. He's not a Wall Street going, hey, buy, sell. No, he loves to work with people who are interested in investing in real estate. Nothing crazy. Making your money work for you by investing in properties and rental properties that you can own, that you can get residual income. This is something that I want to do. I mean, when I'm getting some of these checks in, I'm trying to store them away, and I'm going to be investing in property. And Tommy is the guy to go with. Go to therealtymedics.com. If you even have any questions about investing in real estate, especially in Central Florida, he's been doing it for so long, and I trust him. I've bought homes from him. His record speaks for himself. If you go to therealtymedics.com, you can see so many testimonials of people who love working with Tommy and everybody at the Realty Medics, and they can handle it all. They can lease your place, they can sell your place, they can help you buy the place. I really love that Realty Medics and To The Top are together. So check them out at therealtymedics.com. Let's get back to The Top.
Oh, I love it. No, I feel pretty good for the most part. Nighttime's rough.
Yeah.
Nighttime's rough.
There are a lot of different things for those who've never had a children.
Never had children.
Never had a children. For those who've never had children or are thinking about having a second one, I feel like it's gone by faster.
It flies. This has flown by. Yeah.
Like the first pregnancy felt like forever because we didn't know what to expect. And I know every child is different. But like, I feel
and
like
also like I wasn't really working when I was pregnant the first time.
that's true.
So literally all I thought about was like the fact that I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And that we were going to have a baby, and that like you just got fired from your job, and
Right.
we were living with my parents. So everything just seemed much longer.
It did.
And this
Yeah,
time,
sure. Yeah,
you
that makes
know,
sense.
I work, I have multiple jobs, we have a kid.
We're busy as hell.
We're busy, so it keeps things going.
Yeah, we posted a lot more on Facebook then about the
baby's
baby.
kicking so much
Oh,
right
yeah?
now. Yeah.
Little Cargan. By the way, we're not saying what the name of the baby is, whether we're having a boy or girl, and we don't even know if we're having a boy or girl. We did
Right.
the same thing with our daughter, and I was able to say it's a girl, and she came just running out of you.
Running out. But we
And-
called the baby Cargan because
yes, that's what we call the baby, Cargan.
half Carlos, half Megan. Just like when Lennon was in my belly, we called her baby
Meglos.
Meglos, half Megan, half.
And the name Meglos is stuck. I don't know if Cargan's going to stick as much.
No, but so many people think that we should name the kid Cargan.
It's kind of a cool name.
It is kind of a cool name, but we're not going to name the baby,
Nah.
you know.
Can't name. Nah, we're not going to do that. But how are you feeling overall? We know obviously we talk but you know I want to share stuff onto the top and how I'm feeling and I could say I'm extremely excited. Like I love being a father. Mm-hmm. You know, whenever you add another member to the family and you know you got to bring more money in, you got to you know, even though like initially, yeah, you got to buy a whole bunch of stuff in the nursery, you got to buy the different, you know, stuff you need for a baby. Mm-hmm. But that's a little nerve-wracking. But it's not like, you know, we were planning on stopping our kind of career path or like, you know what I'm saying? Like we work hard and so we were going to do that regardless. Mm-hmm. You know, we have a 9-year-old already. So that kind of mix, she's very excited about it. Mm-hmm. It's interesting, you know, like, how do you feel?
I feel like I have a lot more that I have to deal with emotionally and like just all around than you do. Like,
yes.
My work day is going to be completely affected, whereas your day, you're going to keep going the way you normally do. Like for the most part.
For the most part, because I have a more radio show that I do. I have to, you know, I'm going to do that, but I mean,
but I have,
you have to be, yes,
I have
no
to
doubt,
be the one that adjusts everything.
Right.
Like we cater to like what you're doing and I have to do the adjusting, you know, so it's a lot that I have to think about. I send Lennon to school and now I have a baby that I will not be sending to school and I want to be home with the baby and I want to do everything. I just have to figure out how to juggle it all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're fortunate that you are able to stay. There are many mothers who have to go back to work. You know, within obviously there's the maternity leave.
Yeah.
Which how long is maternity leave for most women?
I don't even know. I think it's like 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Maybe it's longer than that. Maybe it's like 12 weeks.
It's
I
so
think
important.
it's a couple of months.
It's so important, and dudes get nothing.
Yeah,
Dudes
I know.
get
I
nothing.
think that's crazy.
It's bullshit. Guys deserve to be at home at least a couple weeks with the baby.
Yeah, and to help the wife out.
Of course, to help the wife out, and that was the kind of beauty is I don't know what the right word, but it was like a blessing in disguise that I didn't have this 9. I still had jobs that I was doing in order to make money, but it wasn't like a 9 to 5, like
structured.
Yeah, and so I really spent so much time. You know, the jobs that I have now allow me to have a lot of time that I can create my own time and stuff like that. But I'll be in the morning time.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, it'll be, you know, doing the morning show, Monsters in the Morning, Real Radio 104.1. You can listen to it on the iHeartRadio app every single weekday. Check it out.
Oh, my God.
But so I'll miss that. But I don't know. It's just like, wow, we're going to have another kid. We're going to have a little baby. I love babies.
Yeah, you are like a big baby. So
I mean, thank you very much. What the hell is that supposed to be?
More like a big kid. You're not like a baby. You don't whine and stuff.
No, I don't think I'm a whiner.
But you like to make like silly faces and like make silly noises and all that stuff.
I'm almost 40, but I feel like I'm a big kid. I feel like a lot of times I like to play with the kids, but I can be serious.
Oh yeah, I mean you can. But when you're around kids or like babies, like unless you need to put them in their place.
Yeah, that's true.
You like to be like kiddish, babyish,
Yeah.
silly-ish.
I think that's a good trait.
Yeah, there's nothing
So many
wrong with
people
it.
that are like, no, once you turn 35, you must be an adult. And I'm like, yeah, I'm an adult. I do adult things. I read. I do things like this. But then I like to be a kid.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be like that.
Yeah, well, hey, you've achieved
I did it.
Good job.
Ding,
Congratulations.
I get a cookie. I get a cookie. What was I going to say? So this is a little update for those of you, and there are many of you who are so nice and check in and are excited about the baby and check in on us, whether you watched us on Meglos. And we're not giving up on Meglos all the way. It's on the back burner of the back burner.
It's on the back burner right now.
We had our YouTube channel. We've done a bunch of videos. We've done podcasts. We've done the whole deal.
You can't keep up with it all.
Megan's got her channel. I got my stuff on top of stuff, but we're still doing stuff together.
But Meglos is still
Meglos
always,
is right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Meglos is right now.
Sometimes you pop on my channel, and, you know.
It lives on.
It lives on.
It lives on.
We may bring it officially back at some point, but right now,
Yes.
we're just doing the best.
It lives
we
on
can.
in our different, channels here. And we've already talked about it. Having another one after this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I do. It's crazy to say because we were not talking about having another one while I was still pregnant the first time.
No.
But again, it's that thing of, time's a ticking. I
Time's
was a
a
lot
ticking.
younger.
Yeah,
and
because we got to raise our daughter basically, by herself,
Yeah, as
and
an only child.
Only child. And it's not like we thought, it'd be bad to raise two kids close to each other. It was just like, I don't know if we could have handled it.
And financially at that time, it was just not even feasible. But I do think since we had the opportunity to kind of, not that Lennon's done being raised, but she is very independent now and she has her own stuff going on.
Which is crazy to think, now we don't have that again. We won't have that again. Where it's like, we know our daughter can go in her room, she can read, she can watch some TV.
She can make easy food.
Yeah,
she can,
yeah. That was the one thing when we became parents that I realized very quickly, oh shit, you have to do everything. This baby does, it's just there. And you have to do the constant, continual, I know it's basically the same word, but it's it doesn't end. And you have to be just doing stuff. And people have a hard time doing that stuff for their own selves.
Yeah. But so back to what we were saying is that since we've been able to have Lennon as an only child and raise her as an only child, I think it would also be fun to be able to raise two kids that are close in age and see what it's like to have siblings close in age. I'm close in age to my brother. You're close in age to your sister. You remember, doing things with your sister growing up. I remember doing things with my brother. And I think it might be fun to have one more kid after this one, maybe a year and a half, 2 years at the most apart. I think if I can have this baby at 35 and then the next baby at 38, that's
in 3 years' time, even more medical advancements.
I think.
And then we want to adopt one.
We would like to have 4 kids total.
Yeah. And I'm going to be 40.
Which is crazy because at first we thought we would only have one.
Well,
and now
initially we were
4.
this is good. But now we see, okay, maybe a bigger family. I always kind of wanted a bigger family.
Well, yeah. And my brother is not going to have kids.
Mm-mm.
You have a small family.
Mm-hmm.
And Lennon really doesn't have cousins that she hangs out with and stuff like that. So to give her a bigger family, it's on us.
It's on us, yeah. So God willing, everything will work out. And
we'll see.
Yeah, am I going to be the old dad? I'm going to be the old dad.
I don't know. Didn't someone just call you an old dad the other day?
Somebody did. And they were way older than me. And they're like, hey, we're old dads. I was like, you're an old dad. And somebody...
But look at Joe Rogan. I mean, he's the perfect old dad.
Hey, one of my mentors.
He's not old.
He's 54 years old and has an 8-year-old daughter.
Right. But you look at him and you're sexy as hell, super funny, and he's knowledgeable on all the current things going on. That's what keeps you young. It's not your actual age. It's how you take care of yourself and stay up to date with things and all that.
I like that. I think that's a very nice way of ending this pregnancy update podcast here on To the Top. And we're going to the top. We're going to try and get to those 40 weeks.
Yeah, I mean...
Last time we delivered at 37 weeks.
37 weeks, yeah.
But you're healthier. You're healthier this go around.
I've gained way less weight than I gained
You
first
look
go
beautiful.
around. Thank you.
You do.
Still have gained weight though. You know,
It happens. You can't be like
a bitch.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you. But yeah, I take my glucose test.
When do you take that?
At 28 weeks. So we're just a few weeks away
remember
from that.
sitting in the parking lot waiting for you to finish that test.
Yeah, and I had to take it twice then because like I was not as healthy.
Yeah, but that also can just be random.
It can be, but I would say my eating choices, all the pasta and crap I was eating was not helping me.
Yeah.
And this go around, I'm hoping I knock it out of the park on the first go around.
You're going to do great. Are you a parent? Let us know what your age gap is with kids. Leave a comment below. Ours is going to be about 9 years. And let us know. 8. 9.
She's 9.
She's 9. So leave it regardless, okay? Whatever your age gap is with your kid, leave it below and tell us a little story about it. I love reading about it, and we appreciate you watching. And don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Boom, just click on it, and that way you stay up to date with all the interviews, with all the To The Top tips, and all the great stuff we have going on. Megan, thank you for joining To The Top.
Thank you for having me. It was, I don't know.
A real pleasure.
It was a pleasure. I was trying to think of something clever, but, you know.
Today will be a great day. To The Top, never stop.